Rousey?
Not only did his horse win last year, but his
Have won gold medals.
For the gold, there will be 6 more tomorrow, our final day of coverage. Otis Grant has just finished his bout against Angel Espinoza of Cuba, and the Cubans racked up their 4th gold medal. That was at 165 pounds in the middleweight division. So they have won 4 of the 5 bouts so far. And now the Cuban delegation sends in their heavyweight champion, Felix Savon. And Savon is just 19 years of age from Guantanamo, Cuba, but he has already scored gold medal victories in the Central America Games in 1985, and he is the 1986 world champion and the national champion in Cuba the last 2 years. In his first 2 bouts of this competition, he defeated Michael Benn of the U.S. and Julio Sanchez in the opening bout. He's from Puerto Rico. You're looking now at his opponent in this gold medal bout, Juan Diaz Nieves. He has had just 1 bout. There were only 5 entries at the heavyweight weight, and he defeated Dominic D'Amico of Canada, and perhaps the most thrilling bout of the entire games, as D'Amico practically had Nieves out during the first 2 rounds, but a tremendous rally by this unknown Argentine stopped D'Amico in the 3rd round, and the Canadian couldn't believe it, the way that Nieves had turned it around. He is 25 years of age. He's been boxing for 7 years. And, Gil, I know that technique-wise, you've got to give Savon a big edge, but in heart, I'd say they're at least even.
Yeah, Tim, but you have to remember, Nieves had to have a lot taken out of him in that fight. That was a fight between 2 Rockies, D'Amico and Nieves, both Rockies. One of them had to lose. Unfortunately, it was D'Amico, but they took tremendous punishment, both of them. So he has everything going against him tonight. After a fight like that, he should have had a month's rest.
Savon had 2 bouts in the draw the way it fell. He met Julio Sanchez of Puerto Rico first, and then he beat Michael Benn over 3 rounds in the semifinal bout. So he's had 1 more bout than Nieves, but as Gil points out, Nieves, I think, fought 2 or 3 bouts in the 1 3-rounder against the Canadian D'Amico. So let's see what he's got left. He was a crowd pleaser, as was the Canadian when they met. Round number 1. The referee, Alfredo La Madrid from Colombia.
Again, we have another tall, lean, New Cuban. Both seem to be built the same way.
A low blow from Nieves, and he immediately extends his hand in apology. Felix Savon.
Savon is so much taller that if Nieves punches straight ahead, he's going to hit him low.
6'5" is Savon, and this is the 201-pound division, the heavyweight division. As big as he is, there are bigger guys at 201 plus, the so-called super heavyweight division. That gold medal will be settled tomorrow between Lennox Lewis of Canada and Jorge Gonzalez of Cuba.
Nieves is doing the right thing so far, Tim. He can't reach the big, tall guy, so he waits for Savon to punch, and then he lashes out. Nieves looking to load up on that left hook, Tim. He's dropping that left shoulder. Savon is showing him a lot of respect for some reason or other.
I was thinking the same thing, Gil, watching that, and perhaps he saw the bout against the Canadian, and also he's landed a few pretty good shots, and he hasn't moved Nieves at all. So he knows he's in there with a tough, strong guy and a willing.
Well, we know the Canadian moved him. The Canadian moved him right to the canvas every time he hit him with that big right hand.
Felix Savon, so far, has been unable to do so, and has been a little tentative here in the first round.
First good right hand by Savon.
Caution to the Argentinian for punching with an open glove, but as we commented before, sometimes those open gloves rock guys. We're not so sure they're open. Yeah, the more accurate punching by Savon here later in the round. Final seconds of round 1.
That's him. There was the big right hand on the button, and Nieves did not go down.
Center Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy watching round 2 of the heavyweight gold medal bout. Felix Savon of Cuba, the taller boxer in red. And Juan Diaz Nieves of Argentina.
All he wants to do, Nieves, is to land that big left hook, Tim. He tries everything to set it up. Tries every kind of feint he can think of. But he's got a big, tall target to reach. Has to make Savon miss and then nail him with a counter.
Savon jabbing more early in round 1, no doubt on the instructions of his coach, Alcides Segarra. 10 Cubans into the final rounds. 4 of them have already won gold, as we see Alcides Segarra. Got to be a favorite of photographers and painters down in Cuba. He's got one of the most interesting visages, and he's fun to watch at ringside.
Visages, what is that, an automobile?
Whoops, he just wobbled him with a straight left there, and Nieves lost his balance a little bit.
You didn't answer my question, Tim.
As in visage automobile, you mean?
Well, I don't know what a visage is. You're telling me about a visage. I don't know.
The face of Segarra.
Oh, the face. Excuse me.
Jab starting to really get home consistently for Savon now.
It's like a 2x4 coming out of the window.
He is really rocked. And this is going to be all over. Savon, the Cuban, with one big right hand, has won another gold medal for the Cuban boxing team in the heavyweight division. Juan Diaz Nieves of Argentina finally fell victim to the big right of Savon.
And let's see what happens here. Drops the left hand and bang, right on the chin with that right hand. Now, you can watch Nieves' left hand go down, Tim. There he jabs, then it's right down. There he's dropped it right down to his waist and get it right on the chin.
So Felix Savon, the world champion, has added the Pan Am gold medal to his list of accomplishments. The 5th medal won by the Cubans, 5 out of 6 today.
Tim, take a good look at Savon because he's going to be around for a long time. He's only a kid.
19 years of age from Guantanamo, Cuba, the heavyweight champion, Felix Savon. Let's go back to Brent Musburger in our studios.
First World Championship boxing match as undefeated.